Out.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Happy Saturday. You are listening and or watching Ponecast. This is episode 100. 100 episodes. You guys have allowed this fuckery train to continue. If you're still here after 100 episodes, I do apologize. And we'll pay for your therapy if you need it. We are down bloke. Not sure what happened. Hope he's okay. Maybe he fell asleep. He's old. That happens. They're having a baby. This is life. Hope he's doing okay. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Warcraft movie trailers that came out this week. We are going to be showing you both of them. Alpha Legion Alpha, however you want to say it, they did bring a lot of updates and a specific change that I'm not really sure if I like, but we'll talk more about that later. And I'm going to be covering the Rogue Order Hall and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
In the World of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of the elite squad known as the Ponecast Podcast. These are their stories.
Welcome back. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring, I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't have an intro for Nate Lycan. I don't got an intro for him. This is the first day in the history of histories. I don't have an intro. So I'm just going to say he's the DK with a shiny gold mic. Lycan.
It is pretty, isn't it? No, actually, no, I did some good stuff this week. Act Like a Schoolgirl. I got the EPUB version, the digital download version of the World of Warcraft Chronicles.
I was going to ask you about that. When you say digital download, are you saying you stole it?
No, I got it off Amazon. They were selling it as a digital download. And so I got that finally. I was so excited to sit down and read it. Really have not had a chance to do so between the St. Patrick's Day party on Thursday, and I had a blast on Tuesday with the stream, but really had a good time. And then I actually had a follower. I friended somebody on Facebook that I've been a big fan of for years, and he friended me back, and I got tickled pink.
I'm glad that you, it's good that our watchers and listeners know that there is a digital version. This
Yes.
is probably the one instance where I feel like you need to have a physical book. So that's the only reason I probably would have gone for the digital if it was like, I don't know.
I'll be getting that one for
Yeah, it was the one time that I was just dead set on, because I'm the same way. I like to get the digital copies of all the things. So it was just the one thing where I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And it didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint. I did also bring the Boomkin, who has a stowaway in his room. Hots for shots. Also, holy fuck, can you please shave your face? You look like a bum.
No, I'm trying to grow my feathers out. I'm trying to go for that bear form. It's still a little patchy. It's
you look like a hobo.
Bears tank with their face, so it's the combat wounds, So I'm just my garrison burnt down. I'm a homeless druid, gotta get
I think you look
out.
great.
Yeah. So I you remember that egg laying thing that we talked about? Well, I laid an egg and now I have a stowaway.
I think that's what I'm scared of most, is that you may in fact turn into some type of animal because you have ears and you're fuzzy and you do weird things. So
I'll even put the tail on next episode, and then we can have the full head to toe. And it'll be a little bit longer, so and maybe a little bit more full. So
I feel like that's never gonna be a thing ever.
I mean,
I love you so much.
Don't be jealous because I could grow half of a beard.
I'm working on mine, okay? I did also bring the monk who is in fact running for president, Jimma Banks.
We call those prime ministers.
I'm sorry, you guys are fancy as fuck. I apologize with your syrup. I love you.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. Just vote for me. I mean, I'll do right by all of you. Yeah, it's never too late to say sorry.
Oh God, you did it! I knew you were going there. I felt it was going in that direction. You are looking very dapper, sir.
Just regular business, business as usual.
Is there cufflinks that say your name?
Yeah, Jimma Banks cufflinks. What up? They're actually engraved Jimma Banks cufflinks.
So you got Jimma Banks cufflinks, and I have Belle the Warlock hair.
Yeah, you do.
Wasn't intentional, guys. This was an accident.
I have Druid face.
And we're not talking about your beard because I'm going to go in the middle of the night and shave it while you're asleep because that's just
No.
awful.
Do it, because I hate
Awful.
shaving.
So let's talk about some things that have happened this week. So right now the time walking event is going on. That'll be over the 21st, so make sure you get in there and do that. If nothing else, run them, get the 5 out of the way, and then see if you might possibly be able to pick up the mount. I mean, it drops, so you never know. You could be that guy who steals a mount from a friend, except it's personal. So personal loot, you don't have to worry about
True.
that. And then the Battleground event is going to continue on Wednesday, which me and our friend Miguel were talking about this, which he's like, I don't understand why it starts on a Wednesday. You would think all the things in the world start on Tuesday. We live our lives by Tuesday, right? Tuesday is the day in World of Warcraft that we live by. You would think that they would have it out on Tuesday. Anybody know why it's Wednesday?
Miguel and I.
Are you correcting my grammar?
No.
I think he was.
Shout out to Miguel.
Don't use this as a means to suck up to your buddy because you guys are hashtag Team Canada.
He's my sponsor. Shout out to him. He's got a Glock in his Rari.
Jim, that's weird. Jimma is a spot. He's a tribute for this weekend's Guild Hungry Games, which if you're watching, make sure you guys go and check that out Sunday night because it is an event to be had. We do live stream it, but he's gonna. I don't know. I dare not call it because people are wrong, but he may or may not be the victor. We don't really know.
I've already got my victory speech written out. I want to thank Belle, Nathan, Cody.
I used our names.
Who's that? I didn't know that's not even their names. I'm not even talking about you. I've got friends named Nathan from Canada. Moving on.
This got a lot awkward. So Alpha Blizzard Voice chat is now a thing. Here's what's shitty. My husband came in here with this email and he's like, hey, I just got into Alpha something. And I'm like, if that's Legion, I'm cutting you. Like, that better not be Legion at all. And it turns out he got into the Alpha Voice. I did download it onto his computer. I will be checking that out. The crappy part is not everybody has it, so it's not really useful for someone like my husband who doesn't game enough to have like a large amount of friends on BattleTag, specifically people with Alpha. So
You're telling me Dark has no friends?
I mean, he doesn't Warcraft a lot, and he doesn't, he's in there playing Call of Duty right now. He's just, I don't know. He totally gave up our dreams, our hopes and dreams, and our family and WoW, and just moved to Battlefield. But
Wow.
I'm not going to be the bitter wife. I'm just going to, and today is his birthday, so hashtag shout out.
Shout out, you're officially old now,
He's
bro.
old as fuck. He's 30 years old, and he said, I never thought I would say I'm 30. And I'm like, I feel so bad for you because I'm older, so I don't really feel sad for him. But the Alpha Blizzard voice chat. So here's the thing. This is not the first time they've attempted some type of voice scenario. They had it originally in the game. It was awful, terrible. Scared the fuck out of me a couple times because I had it enabled and was in a questing zone and somebody was randomly trying to talk to me and scared the crap out of me because I didn't know. But I think this is going to be a little bit different. They're going based off the system that they're using in Overwatch. Having used this chat system in Overwatch, I don't see a problem with it. It hasn't been an issue. Most of us that play Overwatch are in some other comm together, but it's been useful when you don't have a full party, so you're not full partied with your team, with people that you're on, like Skype or whatever with. It is useful to be able to call out to your teammates. So I think, we're going to see how it unfolds. I will go in and check it out and let you guys know. Because that's going to be what the next patch that happens is going to be for the voice chat. I've never had a patch where the chat was, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just super focused on Legion and they just maybe need to stay focused on that and not worry about other stuff. Because I would prefer to have a better expansion than.
I just feel like this is going to be another attempt at a voice, endgame voice chat for an MMO RPG that's gonna fail horribly.
Well,
because there's a lot more.
But the Overwatch one is actually very nice. I mean, I like the way you can go from team chat to party chat. And
yeah, but you're only in there for like 10 minutes or so, and there's only 6. Let's say you get into like a LFR, and there's 25 people in there, and they're all just squawking.
Well, I think because it's restricted, I think it's voice chat for Battle.net. So I'm not sure what that means.
So you'll be able to talk with your
I don't
Battle.net
have
friends
enough
instead of-
information. I just wanted you guys to know that's out in alpha. So if you got an email, it is not a lie. I will do the research this week, and I will tell you exactly what they're looking at. I will look at his. I don't know that it's going to be in game so much as it is. I don't think it has anything to do with the game. I think it has to do with Battle.net itself, because they completely revamped all the security authentication for Battle.net and the way that it's working. That's the reason some of us have had issues with Model Viewer. Some things that were used as an authorized, the auth-o that they have to use to API into the Battle.net to be able to pull things like that. I think ultimately that it's going to be the Battle.net itself, not the games. So I think on that situation, it makes perfect sense to me. You already have to have this app in order to be able to use World of Warcraft. I mean, you can load World of Warcraft normally, but it goes to shit because they use the Battle.net as a security precaution to double check that security. So I think my thought is, yes, if it was in-game, that would be terrible. I don't want to hear any of those fuckers in LFR talk to me. Please don't say a word to me. You're all terrible people. Well, not all of you, but a lot of you are very mean people. They're mean in chat. I can't imagine they would be nice in voice. But I think if they're restricting it to the Battle.net, to the app, I think it's not going to be too terrible. So I was waiting to see. I wanted to make sure that we got some of the people in here. So I wanted to talk about the movie highlight. They gave us 2 new. Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is. So they gave us 2 new trailers this week. Now, although some of the scenes we've already seen, however, we got to see Ironforge. I don't know about you guys, but that was legit as fuck. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the trailer. So this first trailer is going to be the one that they sent out 2 days ago. We seen it on PDQ. Pwnecast shared it on their page. It pretty much went all over the place, but we all promised to be super, super quiet in the background while I transition over to that, and you guys can watch the trailer just to if you haven't seen it, now you get to see it. If you did see it, now you get to get excited and do the cha-cha at the same time. Here it goes.
Warcraft, rated PG-13.
So that was the one that they sent 2 days ago. Pretty legit. I was excited to see Ironforge. I was excited to see, 90% of it's the same shit we've already seen, just in different sequences, right? Because that's what they do. They don't want to give us all the good stuff. And then, so there was another one that was posted on Twitter. And this featured Gul'dan. And the funny thing to me is when I read about this on Wowhead, we covered it on PDQ, but when I read about it on Wowhead to see if there's any details that I might have missed, Wowhead had said, our first glimpse at Gul'dan. I saw Gul'dan when all those screenshots were leaked, so I don't know what Wowhead's talking about, but this is our first shot of Gul'dan. We've already seen this shit. We're not amateurs here, Wowhead. We know what the fuck we're doing. We had this shit the week of BlizzCon. Where did they show it? Germany? Is that where they showed? Where did they show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gamescom. We had this shit that same week, so it might be your first time seeing Gul'dan, but it's not our first time. But I also want to show you guys, in case you guys haven't had a chance or you don't follow Twitter or you live under a rock and didn't see it, I'm going to show you guys the Twitter-only video for you guys, which does feature, the small little portion of Gul'dan. So here you go.
It has begun. War is coming.
If we do not unite, our world will perish.
You might want to head home, big man.
Well then, We better get going. We'll protect the kingdom. With this. Warcraft, rated PG-13.
So, I mean, we're getting excited here because there's different, portions of the trailer. If you could show me some more stuff that I haven't seen to get me hyped, I would really super appreciate that.
Can I step in here?
Yeah, you can.
So-
You're in a suit. You can do whatever the fuck you want, Jim.
I don't cuss. I don't cuss on the internet, but in the words of Belle, that's legit as fuck. I haven't seen that part, and I know for you, that's just like another thing you've already seen. That got me a little more hyped, and the playback for the stream also is legit as fuck.
I mean,
So that's it. Sorry, PG-13's back on.
I would think you're supposed to say more cuss words in a suit. Am I not valid for that thinking?
They say the more intelligent people cuss more often.
Yeah, it's great.
So we're gonna go with that. If that's the case, fuck. Also, so you heard Lycan did talk about the Warcraft Chronicle Volume 1. So I want to tell you from my perspective how I felt about this, guys. So first of all, Amazon, fuck you. If you work for Amazon, fuck you also. Let me tell you what it's not your guys' fault. I'm just kidding. So Amazon, they bring this box to my door that looks like it's been dropped from Pluto. It's chewed up. It's halfway opened. I open it. I have some small indentation issues here. It's not in perfect condition. I did put in a complaint with Amazon because it's not Blizzard's fault. They outsourced. But it literally looked like a dog attacked the box when they gave it to me, and I can't believe.
Well, that's what you said. You said Pluto dropped it off,
not
right?
that Pluto. So, but I do have to tell you. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's hard because they got this big mic in the way, and then now it's
So pretty.
So this is the book, okay? Now I thought, I don't want to do it today, but I was thinking that next week for Bell's Bites, I could do Bell's story time, and I could read a little bit from the book. Does that sound lame? Would anybody want that
No.
to be a thing?
That sounds legit.
I could probably do it in I can't do voices, but maybe I could do really deep voices. Maybe I could read it in what's that guy with the shoelaces? Mr. Rogers, doesn't he do story time?
Mr. Rogers.
Or
With the shoelace?
he ties the shoes. No. So, but what I wanted to say, from somebody who has to get their information about the background of WoW from Lycan, right? This, just the beginning part, they went through pretty much the beginning of time, right? They went through the cosmology. It's not cosmetology, guys, because I said that twice and my husband laughed at me. Cosmology? So it's not a drink? Okay.
No.
But they basically give you the background of how it even came to pass. Where did Azeroth come from? Who brought it here? Who created it? Because it didn't, it was created. This happened. We didn't just appear. There was no Big Bang Theory.
Genesis 1:1.
All
Chris
stories were
Metzen said,
created
"Let
equally.
there be light."
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, he is the god of all things, people. So, no, I'm not doing the Squawk Skyreach. Shut up, Donovan. People never let me forget those things. But I do think next week we'll do Belle's story time, bedtime story time, not those kind of bedtime stories.
I'm gonna think of a nursery rhyme to lead us into that. That's gonna happen.
So we'll start doing that next week, and I'll maybe get some really masterpiece theater music in the background for my read. I was thinking about a robe and maybe a pipe. I don't know.
Will it blow bubbles? Can it blow bubbles?
Oh, that would be really funny. I don't know, but we will be starting Bell's story time during my Bell's Bites, just because right now I don't have a lot of Bell's Bites, because typically my Bell's Bites has been about PvP, but I haven't been doing very much of that because I've been doing guild stuff and haven't had time. So we'll start that soon. So previously, when I've been talking to you guys about these order halls, and I talked about how you're going to have a spell on you that's going to be able to port you to your order hall. Nope, just kidding. Made that up. Blizzard decided they didn't want to go that route. So here's what they've done. They've placed all the portals in Dalaran. DKs and monks are the only ones that can do this ability because they have their gate and they have their Zen pilgrimage.
That's right, bitches.
Or Zen whatever. I think it's Zen pilgrimage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody else is going to have to go to Dalaran, and Delaran, however you want to say it, you have to go and you have to find the portal there, which is kind of shitty, actually. However, I do understand why they did it. They're trying to keep it relevant, and I understand the purpose of them doing it. It's the same thing that they did with Stormwind. It's the same thing that they did in Pandaria. They want to keep those specific zones relevant. They want to see people going through there for a purpose. So I understand why they did it, but, I mean, that's kind of annoying. Every time I want to go, I have to hearth to Delaran and pray to God that my Hearthstone is on cooldown if I need to get back really quickly. I did see some feedback on the alpha regarding that. People are pretty pissed off. So I don't know how long that's going to last, guys, to be honest.
Well, not only do you have the hearth, but most of you should have the bling bling ring that hurts you to
Well,
Dalaran.
I have the necklace. I have Jaina's locket.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Jaina's locket.
Now-
well, I don't know if
Well,
it's going to
that-
take me to the new one, but
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna
Probably
say,
take it back to the old one.
they're probably
Sure.
gonna come up with a new ring to.
which
bring
I'll
you to
buy
the
it.
new one.
I paid like 20K for Jaina's locket, and I don't feel bad about it because when I need to port right to Delaran, there it is in my little bags. But I don't know. The feedback that was given was pretty harsh, so may or may not stick. We'll see. But for now, that was a pretty big thing. Like
From
I
the
liked
Warcraft community, it was harsh, really?
Yeah, I know. Can you
A
imagine?
change in game?
Can you imagine people were ticked off? I think it's crappy because you gave alpha players, here's this beautiful thing and you can find it in your spell book. And now we're going to take it away and you have to hike your ass all the way. Can't fly in Delaran. You can't fly anywhere because you're not going to be able to fly. You're going to have to earn the same Pathfinder achievement the same way you did with, but that won't even be open for a while. You know how they do. They don't like to develop the upper parts of the game. They just want to develop all the land views so that they can get the expansion out sooner. But I'm not hating, right? We're so going with the flow. Who here is a Scarlet Crusade transmogger person?
I don't know what that means.
I was back before transmog was a thing.
Well, the Scarlet Crusade transmog versions will be added for male and plate users in Legion. I don't know if that's a big deal, but they said it like it was a big deal. Like we should be thanking the gods. I'm assuming perhaps it was just for one. Is that a thing? Does anybody know? Bueller?
I'm more curious as if they're gonna have all the old Scarlet Crusade stuff,
I can't
like the
talk to you
tavern.
with your pedo beard. I can't take you
Well,
any kind of serious.
good thing
I
it's not a pedo mustache because that's when shit gets real.
No,
But
it's a pedo beard.
so I'm really curious if they're gonna have all of the things, not just the plate, like
It's just 'cause it's not lined up.
Farad's shoulders.
Leave him alone. He grew a weird beard farming for
I'm
tier
sorry,
gear.
but it's not like. Can you trim it? Maybe see how nice Lycan's is. See how nice Jim's is. It's really see how nice mine is. Even
This is the druid side of me. It fits
That's-
the ears. I'll dye it green if it helps.
He needed to look more manly for when Richard got there, So now once she's gone, it'll be all right.
I'm actually gonna shave it after the show. It's actually starting to tickle a lot.
thank you.
Nope.
Yes, I am victorious. I have won the battle of the hair. Save that. We'll knit you a sweater. I don't
Is it
play
a sweater for ants?
Yeah, a sweater for a sweater for the spider in your room, I'm sure. Just kidding. Don't say nothing to Angie. She'll freak out. So, get a free Lady Leodrin. Is that how you say it? Leodrin hero.
Leodrin.
Okay, Hearthstone card for reaching level 20 in WoW. Is that accurate?
Oh yes.
Okay, so after March 11th, on or after. So if you did this before March 11th, it is not retroactive. You did not count. Just kidding. Get your ass in there, level a random tune to 20, get your card and delete if you're a Hearthstone player. I will probably do it just because, hey, Hearthstone, cool. But
Yeah. We actually did. A bunch of us were on stream on Tuesday night doing it, and I actually only hit level 18 before I'd end the stream. But as soon as I hit it, got level 20, you get the achievement for fledgling hero in Warcraft. So you do get a feat of strength in Warcraft, and then as soon as you go over to Hearthstone and you go under your characters, you can set Lady Leodrin as your favorite. Now we were talking actually about the paladins last week. She is the paladin leader of the Blood Elves.
okay.
And let me tell you, great animations, doesn't change anything with the class, doesn't change your spells, just different animations, different things that she says when she says things. But I tell you what, I was quite impressed with it. I already have it set as a favorite of mine.
Awesome. Yeah, I will probably get in there and do that then. Probably tonight or tomorrow because, it's free. Who doesn't like free shit? So if you guys are Hearthstoners, you get a free hero card, get in there and do the business. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it sounds like there's a dump truck outside. Did you guys hear that? It's kind of weird.
I heard it in real life, so.
Oh, well, yeah, wait, where do you live again? Oh, yeah, you live here. So I did cover the Rogue class haul this week. I don't really rogue, and I don't like rogues, so this was interesting for me to get that viewpoint. I know. If you're a rogue, I apologize. I love you anyway. I don't really rogue. I don't really care about the lore of the rogue. Like, I've never really been about that. But I gotta tell you, because of what I know about rogues, I do appreciate the class hall, which is basically, it's a partition section of the Dalaran sewers. Treasure rooms, secret luxury chambers. Like, the scene itself is pretty legit, actually. And I don't know that I tried to look to see... It didn't give me any information on the title. It just said Dalaran Sewers when I was in there, because I did go into Alpha and check it out. Marin Nagenfager presides over the Vault of Gold, surrounded by the sweat regulator fanning him. That's actually quite funny. Shred and Tear are 2 Worgen rogues guarding the path to your artifact weapon area, which is typical to what you would see, in a rogue kind of situation. I do appreciate that the sewer itself it's Dalaran sewers. Like we already know what this looks like, so the awe factor was kind of removed here because it's nothing new to us. This is stuff we've already seen, which I think is probably what makes it nice. I did get to see Pepe up there in the rafters, just hanging out.
Ninja Pepe?
Yeah, he's chilling there. He's I told you guys this once before, my feelings on Pepe. Blizzard's fucking smart. Like, they literally, between Pepe and Murlocs and all these things, like, they literally invented things that people obsess over, and that's fucking smart money. So a lot of your good NPCs are in here. Inside the library room, you actually see Corona as well, which is pretty legit. She sits at the head of the table, along with some other important NPCs. It's really, really nice. I dig the style of it. I think that they did a really, really good job. Even though I'm not a rogue, I feel like rogues are going to be really, really excited to have their own space. So I, for one, I think it's pretty cool. But Cody's the only, or Hots is the only one that rogues here. He's a terrible rogue, but he does.
I do it. I stop really well.
Yeah, you do.
I haven't leveled the rogue up past 20, I think. I think that's one of the few classes that I haven't had at max.
Yeah.
This is my first expansion with the max level rogue.
Yeah.
That was actually my third class. I did that, the hunter, then the rogue, and I'll tell you what, I used to spend, being a Wrath baby, spent a lot of time in the PvP section of Dalaran, where you went downstairs and everybody dueled down there, and they've done tremendous job with making this class order hall. It's if you haven't seen the pictures, go. They're on websites out there that I won't name, but you can go to that one website that everybody else goes to and see the pictures. They're gorgeous.
As soon as I get into Alpha, where I don't have to go other elsewheres for Alphas, I would love to be able to take our own pictures for PDQ, but we're not that special. I'm not going to complain about that anymore. You want to know, guys? Because I'm just going to release all that bitter and anger.
You're not? Because I'm going to, going forward, see if that actually is...
If you tell me you have Alpha, I think I've peeled the thing off this enough.
I won't tell you about my Alpha access. That'll be getting soon.
Everybody's been telling me that. Everybody tells me we're on a list. Everybody tells me they have it covered. Literally, I had 2 people message me today and be like, "You're good, buddy." No, I'm not, because I don't have it. But it's okay, because I'm not bitter. We're just going to wait. One day, Pwnecast is going to be important enough to be on these lists and to get these things. The day is just not today. So, regarding the Rogue Order Hall, Lycan has some good... Before we transition into Lycan, I do notice that Jim doesn't have a segment here. Does Jim not have a segment later?
It's a secret, okay? I do respect Belle and the whole cast, you know what I mean? But this episode 100, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah,
We're live.
You're going to paste that right into the notes, aren't you?
We're live. You can't kick me off. It's awkward. What are you going to do, Belle? I have a segment, absolutely.
So what I say when the segment is not in there, and today I've been preoccupied because it's the husband's birthday, I normally message in chat before the show and say, "So you guys not on tonight then?" Because there's no... I just assume if there's not a segment, then that means you're not joining us. So while Lycan's going to talk to you about some Rogue lore... Jim is going to kindly copy and paste that.
Turn
right
up.
The best part was like as you're talking to him and asking where his segment was.
I saw. I only knew you were working on yours because you messaged me earlier, so that's the only reason I did.
I also want to just lay it out there for everyone listening. My segment is always pasted in there, and episode 100, I do what I want.
Oh,
So how about that
rebelling
lore
against the
section, Lycan?
president
Let's
right
hear
now.
that.
about that lore
Rogues? What's going on with that lore section?
You know what's kind of funny is actually I was looking into it, trying to find more information, as much information I can find on the rogue class, and there's really not that much out there. Lore-wise, I mean, I could tell you everything about the Shattered Hand, or not the Shattered Hand, but the Silver Hand. I could tell you everything, about the Priest class, and the Death Knights have a huge lore. Monks have a huge lore background. Then there's the Rogues. Rogue class really is a class of loners that the only thing they're really worried about is the contract completion and the money they're going to get from it. That's their job. Rogues throughout history, they've been with Warcraft since day one. They've been always a shady group. Every race of members of World of Warcraft, rather, are eligible to be rogues, except for two of them. Those being the Draenei and the Tauren, and I'm still waiting on my Tauren rogue. But they don't believe that the class is actually worthy of the race, and their draws a problem. The problem is that it's outside of what their core beliefs are. Plus, I really don't think hooves would make a very soft sound when they're trying to tiptoe around either. But Draenei and the goats and the bulls. There are many organizations though out there that are within Azeroth that are rogue groups. We got like the SI7, which is a Stormwind intelligence group. There's the Shattered Hand clan, which is the Orcs. We also have the Deathstalkers. They're also known as the Darkstalkers. They are the group of the Forsaken. And then you have the Ravenholt and Syndicate groups. Now, with this, the SI7 is probably the most active organization within the Alliance, period. Hold on. I'm going to beat my dog. They are probably the most active
Attacking your wife
organization.
like that, it should have been appreciated.
I know.
Wow.
But they are stationed out of Old Town.
I've been drinking. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. I'm drinking coffee for now, but that's not the beer. The Old Town is where the SI7 is actually stationed out. They have operatives throughout Azeroth, as we just learned before, too. The Class Order Hall, if you think about who the SI7 were, if you were Alliance, that's where all your quests came from them. That's where you went and bought all your new poisons.
Well, we see that in
like
the garrison now. That's the same nod,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes. Now, they are under the direction of Matthias Shaw, which he is actually the grandson of a guy by the name of Pathonius Shaw, which was the founder of the original group, was the Stormwind Assassins. I believe they just really changed their name just because Assassins sound more Horde-like, and they didn't want to be associated with that type of name. The second group we talked about is the Shattered Hand clan. Now, this we learned a lot about in Draenor. They're a clan of a group of orcs that were raised as slaves by the ogres. Kargath Bladefist was the original founder, and like all Shattered Hand members, were slaves under the ogres. In order to win their freedom, they had to kill 100 orc lives in the arena. Nobody really got that far. Most of them were always killed off before that 100 orc kill was done, except for Kargath. Kargath managed to get his 100 kills, only to find out it was promised that the freedom that he was promised was a total lie. He was re-imprisoned and chained again once more. This is where we see him. In an attempt for him to escape, he removed his hand. And if you watch the little video that they put out before Warlords of Draenor, it's very gruesome, and I couldn't imagine doing it. He takes a rock and he just bangs his hand until it actually removes it from the chain. Then he basically put a blade right to the stump. The followers and the members of the other orcs that were in there as well did the same thing. They actually escaped with him by slaughtering the ogres that were in that arena. They are now still considered very dangerous, especially on Draenor itself. Then we have the Deathstalkers. Deathstalkers are the assassin guild of the Forsaken. They were actually the guards of the Dreadlord Varimathras. Sorry. He was that big Dreadlord-looking dude that always stood there with Sylvanas right before Cataclysm came. They are the main spy for the Forsaken. They're highly trained, and they're extremely dangerous. They can remain underwater pretty much forever, and even hide as corpses. Some actually speculate that they were, and this I didn't even know, were actually the fallen member of the Blackthorn bandit army, which, if you remember who Blackthorn was, he was the one that imprisoned Thrall. They believe that these members of the Deathstalkers are actually that army that was raised up by Sylvanas as Forsaken. The Ravenholt are the guild of thieves and assassins that we see throughout Azeroth. if you're looking for the Insane in the Membrane title, get the Insane title, this is the one where you get to turn in the hundreds of thousands of junk boxes that you get to steal from them. It's absolutely crazy just to get this rep up. They are the direct opponents of the Syndicate. Now, their headquarters are in Ravenhold Manor. It's in Alterac Mountains, which is just east of Undercity. The Syndicate, however, is a group of mostly human groups. Now, these humans are direct enemies of Ravenhold, but they also hate the Horde and the humans as well. They have a current leader, and I kind of laughed at this because the theme song for Falcon Crest came up in my head, but some of the older members why I actually understand that. But it's Lord Falcon Crest. They're actually stationed in Stormguard Fortress, and that is in Alterac Valley. It's the first one is if you come in through the wall, it's on the right-hand side. Pretty much that is the information that we have on it. We have some notable rogues that are out there. You've got rogues like, what's his name? Rathian is definitely considered a rogue. There's been notable rogues throughout the lore, but as for the class itself, there's really not that much information. I'm kind of hoping they will get into that more into the Chronicles book. I apologize, I didn't get to read through it completely. I said I've been partying all day Thursday, so I didn't really get a chance to sit down and read it. But the Rogues of Legion are getting some big changes when they come up. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it has to do with lore. And the specific change that they're actually losing the combat spec. Now, they're going to actually be renamed the Outlaw. With this, it has a feel of the pirates that we've dealt throughout history.
What did Hot say? The fucking Buccaneer?
The fucking Buccaneer.
Like, hello? You mean the Buccaneer?
It's close enough. They're pirates.
The Buccaneers,
pirates. Captain Jack Sparrow, the Buccaneer.
Cutlass. I mean, I think Cutlass is used in another MMO. It's if you read all their abilities, like Roll the Bones, and there's Cannon Barrage, and there's a bunch of other ones that really work with that. It gives a different feel and kind of an opportunity to be more diversified because all three classes or all three specs of the rogue are very similar. The assassinations and subtlety are great, but we needed something other than combat, and I'm really looking forward to moving.
I didn't understand combat as a spec for a rogue. It didn't make sense to me. In the history of ever, am I the only one that felt that it was kind of like they just didn't know what to call it, so they were like, here's.
It's always been the more toe-to-toe spec.
Right. Yeah, your assassination is the one that's gonna try to kill you before you even had a chance to do it. Your subtlety is the one that's supposed to be sneaking around. Your combat was the brawler. They're the one that was going to stand there, go up to you, fight toe-to-toe, do the cheap shots, try to get you down.
Fight toe-to-toe.
Yeah,
whoa.
It was very bloated, though, the way they had it set up, because as the time went by and they started pruning the abilities, they pruned a lot of the abilities that made combat unique. And I think moving forward with them actually being able to go with this whole pirate-themed outlaw with the way they're going to be doing that, I think it's going to be great. So, pretty much that's all I have on the lore. I really wish there was more, but the limited amount of resources out there kind of put me in a position that's it.
I like how Donovan was like, it should have been named Swashbuckler or Buccaneer right after I bitched about it being called Buccaneer. That was kind of funny. Apparently there are people out there that want that to be a thing.
What's a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet?
Arg.
You'd think it was R, but it's the C.
Funny.
So much even. I can't. So I'm going to hope for Jim to copy and paste his segment that's still not there.
I don't want to be typing around and distracting the live show. I don't want to be like...
I'm going to go ahead and transition right into... Hots is going to be covering Gorfiend. This guy... Gorfiend, not Hots. He is awful. He is an awful boss, but fun mechanics, if I do say so myself. Even though I think our guild struggled quite a bit in the very beginning with Gorfiend, and now I don't think it's so much an issue. But I did enjoy the mechanics. I did enjoy the gameplay. I did not enjoy the Touch of Doom being put in the middle of the room by people, but I did enjoy the mechanics. So I'm interested to see on a mythic perspective what this looks like.
Actually, it's considered the hardest fight in the instance. It has the largest learning curve, as far as it's the new mechanics, and if you fuck up the new mechanics, it's an instant wipe. It gets really, really tedious. There's a lot going on throughout the entire fight, and you can't help it. There's nothing. There's no way to avoid it. There's no way to, save yourself or cheese anything. So everything's the same as far as the touch of doom, and then you get sent down into the belly. Except for whenever you get sent down into the belly, you no longer can run to the middle and teleport back out. You leave a ghost version of yourself, a spectral, if you will, and people have to kill that in order to bring you out. Now, there's a cast bar that counts down, and whenever that hits 0, you die. You can't see that cast bar. Your friends can. So you have to assign someone specific, like on the duty of killing those people when the time comes out. And it's generally they stay on that duty. They don't touch the boss. They don't touch any other ads. They stay on that duty. So the way you get around this is you set up 2 world markers, and you have everyone that gets the debuff that says they're gonna die to run to those world markers. And that kind of it groups everyone up, and it leaves those spectrals in a nice tight spot. Tanks will get it, so they still have to be broken out. Whenever they get sent down, of course, they have to swap to the tank ad, and they try to tank it down as much as they can. But DPS, while you're down there, need to make sure you're getting it as low as possible as well, because you don't want it topside and fucking everyone up. While you're down in the stomach, you want to make sure that you're bringing all the ads to a low percentage. You don't want to just kill one and then leave one at 100. You want to make sure you get, like, if you're trying to kill 2 at the same time, you want to make sure they're both at 50%, not one dead and one at 100, because it's going to leave it a living nightmare up top. Because not only, like, the ads still roam around, but if people are trying to click or trying to tab target or, trying to get a hold of these skeletons, they also have those spectrals up top. And if they're grabbing the wrong ones, they're gonna break people out early. They're gonna put people at a really bad spot. If someone does put their spectral at a off location, it's pretty typical for the person who's on that duty. It's usually like a warrior. It's a really heavy single target person.
Duty.
Duty. So
multiple times.
There's multiple duties.
That's a lot of fiber. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Okay, I'm done. I swear.
It's
done.
a big.
So with whenever the ads always take my main priority. It's always the caster ads that the healers heal up while they're in the stomach, then the skeletons, and then the tank ad. Generally, there's not that many tank ads that come out during the fight, and whenever they do, the ring will be popped. So you let the ring explosion kill it along with damage on the boss, and you don't necessarily have to worry about focusing it down. There is no AoE allowed on this fight. DKs can't spread their dots. Boomkins can't starfall or spread their dots. Shadow Priest can't multi-cleave. Hunters can't even use Chimera Shot. It's any kind of AoE damage can completely fuck the fight. During Feast of Souls, it becomes a different story. You can, use whatever in your rotation, but you're not worried about killing the boss. You just want damage on the boss during it, but you want to make sure all the ads are dying first until you get multiple kills on this boss and or multiple clears up through, and you start getting to the point where the DPS check isn't that big of a deal. You don't really need to focus the boss. You need to make sure all the ads are dying. So another thing is, whenever you get the debuff from dying, you get sent down the stomach, that debuff does not go away on its own. It doesn't count down, and during Feast of Souls, there are the little spectral geists that come in towards the boss, and the tanks generally soak them.
Is that what they're called? We call them ghosts. I don't know if that's accurate.
Spectral geist, ghosts, whatever, the floating purple/silver things that float towards the boss. You actually have to absorb those to remove the debuff, and that's everyone except for the person that is on killing the ghost duty, the ones that you leave behind. Whenever that person gets the debuff, he wants to keep it because he doesn't want to accidentally get sent down to the bottom while trying to kill people, because then it just causes a mass chaos. If people start freaking out, breaking people out too early, then ads start coming out full health, and it becomes a hell of a fight. And this is your typical 300 wipe fight, because there's no amount of overgearing that you can do to kill this boss. It's 100% mechanics driven, and if you're not following mechanics, you still have Touch of Doom, so you still have to run out with that. Whenever you get Mark of Death or whatever it's called, you have to run to the center, to the spot, and there's a lot going on. But that's pretty much it.
I totally forgot to make fun of you for your headphones, and this is why we question your sexuality. In case you were
Hey, my
interested.
girlfriend bought me these.
I mean, that
so,
totally makes it
Yeah.
fine. That's totally not gay. Totally not gay.
It's definitely not if it's
I mean,
girlfriend.
That's kind of
Hey,
rude. It
I
would
have
even
a
light up.
comment. Oh, here we go.
And if he was gay, what's the big deal, Belle, huh?
I support all humans and their endeavors and their personal life choices, but I just would like to.
Hope so.
I want him to admit it to the public. If we could get some type of, hey, I did it once in college, that would be amazing.
He is dating somebody named Richard.
He is dating
Keep going
somebody
back.
named Richard, and Richard is lovely.
See? He's in love.
There's so many things I'm just gonna.
Cody made it very clear on last week's episode that I'm the gay one. He's not. I'm the gay one.
He was too quick to throw shade in that direction. Jim, what do you have for us on your? On
Well, I
your
copy and pasted. Is it not in there?
I'm just
you know-
trolling you.
I'm just trolling you. Whoa, there's nothing in there.
No, there's
Empty.
nothing in there.
Hey, everyone.
Can I do
pet
it?
battles, big thing, right? It's episode 100. I'm not listening to Belle. Forget pet battles, okay? I want to bring everyone into my segment, okay? Everyone feel it. Pwnecast for life. You know what I mean?
This was unsanctioned.
Absolutely. Freestyle, no notes. I don't care. It's right off. It's right from the heart, you know?
That's code
When
for
I-
I wasn't prepared.
I could definitely
Legion.
get a pet battle segment in 2 seconds. We can talk about any pet. But when I started on episode 90, I thought I'd never reach 100. Like, what a milestone. It's been so long and so far. And I wanted to bring you other Pwnecast guys into, my world. And I was wondering, I was trying to think of what are some of my favorite moments of the show before I joined? I went back and I watched some episodes also. I had a chuckle because on episode 78, it looks like Hots is in my room. He's got the same blank wall as me, so I thought that was weird. I hope I'm okay. I might get scolded later for just freestyling an episode about Pwnecast. But I was wondering, do you guys have favorite moments? Like, I always kind of related to, Lycan for the pet battles, Bloke for just doing whatever else, Belle's story about playing solo and not having anyone to game with. And those are a lot of things that I related with. Do you guys have any favorite moments from
I have
Hot
one.
Stuff? Let's
I
hear
have
it.
one. It's the birds.
Are you talking about the Arco impression? Because that's not what I did. I want you to know that I did a phenomenal impression, and I sound pretty spot on if I do
All
say
right,
so.
well, let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
No, it's not going to happen
It's
again.
episode
Not even for
100.
episode
And
100.
episode 100 isn't the big episode, guys.
Of
Just so we're
course not.
clear,
Of
104, that's going to be where
Right.
we pull out all the stops. I'm going to try to see if Bloke will get on some pasties. I mean, we're really going to pull out the
Both
stops.
sides.
Tasties.
Because 104 is the 2-year episode. I mean, I guess 100, is good. But no, I'm not doing that impression again.
One time.
No, it's never.
Just once.
I'm retired. My
No, just once.
So I've been watching for a long time, even before I had the pleasure of joining the group. And
were we all supposed to give a story? Was that what's happening right
no,
now?
I mean it's hard to freestyle because I couldn't think of any individual moments. Like I just really enjoyed the episode, but I was wondering,
I
Cody
have a
had the-
very memorable moment.
Let me hear it, please.
So I have a memorable moment where Frieza went on a rant about PvP, but he hadn't even read the notes of the show. So he basically took the small segment that I talked about and gave that his education. He totally went on this huge rant and looked like a jackass at the end because he was wrong about what he was saying because it wasn't accurate. He just took like a little segment but didn't know the whole scope of it. He gets in the camera, like he's up in, and he's
Oh, yeah.
literally having a mental breakdown. I'm like, did you read the notes? Well, no. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're ranting about something
hello.
that does not even exist, literally. That's seriously, because he's done that quite a few times on the show. But just because he's like me, it doesn't take much to engage him, right? It doesn't take much to engage him in any kind of open combat. So that was probably, there's several of those moments. And getting
Yeah.
him riled up and Hots riled up are my two favorite things. Getting Hots riled up because it's so easy to do. It's literally the small push of a little button or the switch of a lever. And it's easy. I'm not saying he's easy, guys, but I'm saying he's pretty easy.
Lycan, do you have? I know it's hard to be put on the spot and think of individual moments.
Nope.
Nope.
Episode 16, Budget Means No TP, I think was probably the best episode this place has ever had. First of all, it was funny as hell. We recorded it 3 times.
We did.
It was an absolute horrible experience. I got invited on because I had beta access. It was the only reason they asked me to be on. And we had so many problems with the recording and the uploading. It was a great episode. It ended up being one of the best, I think. Not just because it was the first episode I was on, but it was hilarious. And yeah, that started me. What was it? August of 20.
We made fun of Blizzard's budget, didn't we? And we talked about them not having TP at the corporate office. We were pretty harsh back then. And the overlay, our show was awful back then visually.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
Well, it also
August
shows
of
like the
2014.
progress, right? I did go back and watch that episode, like when you mentioned it, I think I was asking.
We were like on a Salvation Army budget then, right? The overlay was like Salvation Army budget.
Well, yeah, look at this overlay now. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
You know, I
My
can look
camera
up and
was
see you.
everybody's camera was
It was
horrible.
awful. It was an awful time.
And of course, you know, pay respect to the people that came before us. You know, obviously, I had the pleasure of meeting Fries at BlizzCon. I didn't really know. I hope it's Elijah, right?
It's Elida.
Elijah,
Elida.
excuse me. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Fries'
want-
brother.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I always heard about him and previous episodes. So I went back and watched some really old ones, and he had a lot of energy actually, and a lot of things that you continued from, you know, his momentum, and of course, you know, elevated it to a new level. But it'd be funny one day to just chat with him. I hope he's doing well. I don't really know the story. We don't have to really get into that. But shout out to all the people that have come and gone, and of course the new people, and hope for many more episodes. And that's all I got.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we can't cheers. Yeah, see, we managed to stay sober for the show. Belle, apparently, she's got a problem.
I mean, it was just a little
Little drinky poo.
you know.
Never heard
I
no.
needed to relax.
I know what our worst episode was.
What was it?
Episode
90?
20 Episode 22.
Yeah.
What
Ass
happened?
hats, and LFR.
Why was that our worst episode?
That was Hotz's first episode on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was he nervous?
I look back quite frequently at those.
He
those
is
episodes.
completely shaved. He's got and he
He had
looks
green
like
hair
he's
then,
like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he was like 2 years old. I mean, he just like those like little kids sitting there.
After my first episode, I felt, you know, awkward, and I was freshly shaved also and stiff, and like, you know, my eyes looked like they were closed. So I was asking the rest of the cast as well, like how their first episodes went. And I did go by, I'm going to go check out Hotz's first episode, but I went and watched Bloke's first episode, Belle's first episode, Lycan's
Mine
first
was Shrunken
episode.
Heads.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious actually. So it made me feel a little bit better about how, you know, nervous I was. I did when I watched the show before I ever joined. Never even thought of being on the show. I was like, I could do that. Piece of cake. You know, obviously I'm pretty good now, but it's awkward. You know, you're put on the spot. You got this camera in your face. The people are watching. So I just again want to take an opportunity to thank you all for including me on the team, and you know, good times will continue.
Awesome.
We love you.
Gay? Just kidding.
It was crossing my
We're
mind.
going to be doing for the 104th episode, which not to negate the 100 episode because it's still important. It's a triple digit number that's important. But
It's
the
like your
104
20th birthday, right?
Yeah, the
Like-
104 episode, that's going to be our 2-year mark. That marks 2 years of us being a team and us being a group. And it hasn't been an easy road, guys. It hasn't been an easy road for us. Everybody has life aggro, and we've managed to hold it together for 2 years, still doing what we love to do. And it's not easy. I'm not an easy person to work with either. So how these guys have managed to maintain rolling with me for the last however long because each of them have been here in different time slots. I don't know. They should all get a medal, really, in general, because I'm not the easiest person to work for,
I just want a
with,
gold
or
sticker.
around. So, but I mean, I'm honest about that. I can tell you my faults. I definitely don't deny my faults. So, I'm pretty excited about the 104th episode because we are just going to kind of travel back in time, and I'm gonna pull some clips, and I'm gonna show you guys some clips of some old stuff, and we're gonna take it way back and just kind of get
like
into that
it.
vibe of where we were and where we are today. So.
You know,
Jim, that was a pleasant surprise.
You like
and
that,
where
eh? Little
where we started
freestyle.
from. Yeah, you got to give props to the original guys and where we started from, and
Yeah.
you know.
I'll let you know how bad she cusses behind your back whenever we hang up, Jim.
Okay,
I was
I
worried
always
if
just
she
do it on the
was.
call.
Yeah, she has no shame.
I don't
in
have a
her
problem
game.
telling you how I feel, guys. This has never been a thing. I'm pretty vocal, which I'm sure is 90% of the reason you all hate me because I pretty much speak how I feel. But it is what it is. I'm not changing. So
We're a
this is
happy
me.
family.
We're a big, happy fucking family. Just kidding. So let's do some Week in WoW, and then we can close out the show with some questions and answers. you guys go ahead and get your questions and answers. Make sure you do at Chaos of Pwnecast so that he can gather up all your questions. 2 questions that we are not going to be allowing to be asked is Cody gay? Because we already know the answer to that question. And no, anything about affliction. So if you guys could direct your questions to at Chaos of Pwnecast, he's our guy. He's the man on the inside, and he's going to be giving us the questions to answer at the end of the show. So let's get into our week in WoW. Lycan, what did you do this week?
Busy. Got that one up my Draenei Shaman up to level 20 and immediately stopped playing it. I can't stand Shamans. I got...
Oh, they're fun.
It was, and it was neat to go in and play Draenei. I don't think I ever played one before, and just starting off with the starting area and going through the questing zones. Finally got my Wraithbound, I'm going to say it wrong again, Ironbound Wraith Charger, and that is the blue horse thing that you buy with the 5,000 tokens for Time Walking Dungeon.
Oh, nice. And you can only buy it during the Lich King dungeons, right?
Yeah, because otherwise he doesn't spawn. He's there, but he will not spawn the option to buy it, and... So I finally was able, as soon as Wednesday came up, Wednesday morning I woke up and boom, I was on to buy it. It looks awesome with the transwalk I got going on with them. Got my Chronicles. I said I've been playing around with that. I'm
sorry, I heard Chronic. Was that not?
No, that's after the show.
Oh, okay, got it. Just checking.
Right. We talked about it before, but not till after.
Right.
Also, I got 3 more reps up to Exalted. I'm right now working on Hydraxian Waterlords and the Cenarian stuff through AQ40, and it's getting me to the point where I go, I don't know if I want to do this, but not doing too bad. I mean, a busy week. I said I did not stream on Thursday, and I know a lot of people wanted me to stream from the bar. Sorry, that just was not happening. But I did have a great time, and I will see everybody Tuesday night. We had a big crowd on Tuesday for a stream. It was nice.
Your pictures from your pub, you were rolling deep with a lot of really elderly people. Did you get in any kind of trouble for getting them drunk? Because they were. I seen all of them were holding beers, and I was like, holy fuck! And they were like, I'm not saying they were geriatric, but I'm saying you were rolling deep with some old folks, and they were pounding those beers back. Like I was.
Lycan
super
calls
impressed.
Those his peers.
Sorry. I'm sorry, your peers.
We started, it was actually me, my brother, my mother, and my father, and they're both, my mom and dad are close to 70. We started our day off at noon with a double shot of whiskey and a beer. And I finished the night off.
Family goals, right?
Yeah. My sister don't drink, but I think that's a good thing. But we sat there and drank until, 12:30 or something like that. I remember leaving the bar, but not very well. But yeah, there weren't too many sober people left in the bar, including the old people.
Cabbage, the whole nine.
Oh yeah, and some of those old people were drinking after I left.
We did too. We had a lot of. I mean, we didn't drink. I didn't drink a whole lot, but we had corned beef and cabbage, and it was pretty delicious. Angie wouldn't know because she didn't eat. She just stood there, stared at her food. I'm not bitter about it, Angie. So I just want you to know I'm not bitter. Like we can move
clearly
on.
not. Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm totally kidding, Angie. Don't come out here and be like, oh my god.
It would be funny if she just showed up behind you and was like, what'd you say?
No, she would do that too. Jim, what did you do this week in WoW besides go to a Trump rally?
I don't even know who that is.
It's because you're Canadian. You don't need to know. All you need to know is it's not.
Whenever you see this giant wall, don't worry.
I don't even pay attention to Canadian politics, let alone what's going on in your crazy land. So I had a lot of stuff going on in my week in WoW. A lot of secret meetings with my sponsor. I don't want to give away too much. You know, we got the Hungry Games tomorrow, which I will win. No.
Oh, okay. Not that sponsor. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you're a friend of Bill.
Whoa.
Of course, mastering those garrison missions. I redid that video. We laughed about it last week when I was talking about the mechanical axe break, and it's the axe beak. Pumped out a couple more videos. I've been a little more consistent with my content on the channel, Warcraft Pet Battles. I think what was actually happening was your guild and my new friends are so fun. They distract me and make me play WoW in fun ways instead of before I was just a sad, hoardy with no friends. So back on my YouTube grind, making them pet battle videos, of course, doing a little bit of pet battles, some PvP. Bloke and I are looking for we're going to run threes. We're going to make a push for our mount. But, nothing against Americans. We're looking for another international player.
Wow, you racist piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
I mean, you said it, not me. You know what I mean? So we're looking for any Canadians, Australians, Asians, Europeans, no Americans. I got love for the Americans. You know what I mean? We can't, the world doesn't. Yeah, we're trailing off. Let's focus. We can wow. Yeah, that's about it. Just the usual stuff and getting prepared for these hungry games. And can't wait to claim my prize and trophy.
I felt like I was going to say something, but I'm going to abstain.
You can let it out.
I'm gonna abstain.
Come on.
Hots, what'd you do this week in WoW?
Garrison life, the typical casual, I'm gonna go run for mounts, I'm gonna go run and do these garrison missions. I've been debating on leveling a level 20, but I kind of want to do it the Iron Man way.
Well, that worked out so well for you, Mr.
Yeah,
only all the things with my pet.
Shut up!
Never gonna go to Denver again, are you?
Yeah, no, never again, actually. But I've been thinking about it. If I can get a level 20 and get an achievement for it, and then it'll kind of convince me to keep going. Hopefully, and doing it on the PvP server still. Probably gonna do a Rouge, because they're OP, and I need to practice my Rouge. So if I do it, from a baby Rouge, I can be a big Rouge and be good at Rouge. Yeah. So that was.
Jim, you successfully pissed off like half the guildies with your international only statement.
So
we want you to know that America's people too, okay? It's not our fault your maple syrup is better than ours. It's not our fault that Justin Bieber liked America better than Canada. That's not our fault, Jim.
You can have him back.
We sent him there to take over your country, but I think you guys are a little too sensitive. You know what I mean?
Sensitive, eh?
I wasn't. Eh? Wasn't.
Are you sorry for that?
Oh my God, Jim's
never
adorable. I
too late
can't even
to say
deal with
sorry.
his face right now.
Yeah, guys, let it go.
Justin
Just because we're creating a team to kill probably all American teams. I mean, you don't have to be so sensitive.
I'm
got
a little
love for the
disappointed that Lycan, you haven't helped Bloke get his mount
Which one?
for the threes.
No. Because I think I'd try to steal it if I could.
You're a terrible friend, Bloke. I'm a little disappointed
I am.
that they're a terrible people.
Y'all do such nasty things to each other. Why
But
can't we all just
now
look
that
at-
we're not in.
Why
now-
can't we one big happy family? Why does mommy and daddy have to fight all the time?
Well, now that we're not in the international group, we
Well,
can't.
now we're gonna call Bloke and Jimma the fucking hashtag team terrorists because that's the way I feel.
Wow.
Like
See, everything's about terrorists. We didn't even say nothing. We come to
American or
America.
terrorist?
We show
people
respect.
that come to terrorize your country come with the smile of a friend. Hello.
I guess you could
And
definitely.
you have that photo smile where you're like,
Everything's gonna be okay. I'm
yeah,
just a
and then you're
BlizzCon.
like, just kidding, I'm blowing up your city.
You guys
That's
are
probably, I don't know. This is not appropriate. I apologize.
There is a
I love
warning at
some
the beginning of
Americans.
the scene. Does anyone have a notepad for the offensive list?
Oh yes, we're really pissing off everybody, aren't we?
You might as well add the whole list because
Everyone not
Just-
America.
Oh, like
I just think it's
well, everybody's-
racist. Well, maybe what if I want to do it with you guys? I can't because I'm
channel.
not international.
We're
Right.
channeling our
Correct.
inner Donald Trump.
What does that even mean?
so
Well, if
guys.
you're not American.
I'm
you're-
an honorary Aussie because I
I've
say
been to
cunt a
Afghan-
lot. Does that not count? No.
So
I've been to
Canadians are
Afghanistan. Does that count?
Canadians are weird. They always want to be like, "Oh, that person's from Canada," or we always want to say something about Canada. So we're very awkward like that. But Americans, it seems like if we're not always talking about you, or if we just say, "Hey, I like you guys, but I'm gonna do something in somewhere else," you guys are like, "You don't like our country."
Yeah, that's exactly how we are.
Guys,
You fucking nailed it.
I'm trying to tell you, I got love for all of you, and probably 80 to 85% of my viewers on my channel are American. So I love you guys. Okay,
Well, since we
God
did
bless America.
Instead of writing every country other than America on it, I just got to put the EU, right? Because that's everybody else.
Yeah.
EU. We're good.
Broke just took away my honorary Australian because I called him a terrorist. I promise that's not going to be the worst thing somebody has called us, or you for that matter. We are not the people that get the good call outs. I was called something very nasty earlier via private message from an angered person. That doesn't hurt my feelings. It is what it is. So
You don't have feelings.
My week in WoW consisted of me really organizing the Hungry Games to take it to that next level for the guild. So I got an idea way late in the game and had to push to do these videos, which I have the last one to release after the episode, to do the highlight of the tributes for the Hungry Games. For those of you who are not in the guild and in the guild page and don't know much about it or haven't seen it, we've kind of I did some guild feedback and got really solid ideas in a direction that we could take to engage the sponsors more with the tributes and to engage the peacekeepers more with the sponsors and the tributes, and to make it where we just kind of solidified things and are bringing some new things to the table. And although it's been a really rough week for me work-wise, work's really kicked my butt, and then the games, it's a lot of stressful when you're trying to organize a lot of people. It does become super stressful really quickly. But I think I'm excited. It's going to be going down tomorrow, so make sure you guys are, it's going to be 7, start the stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you guys will be able to see that live for all those things. My ears went silent. I think it's okay.
You're okay?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear. Normally I hear like a feed, not a feedback, but a thing to tell me that there's sound, and I wasn't hearing it. But I didn't really get a chance to really game. To be honest, I haven't really done anything fun in quite a while outside of we went to see Deadpool, which the greatest part of that experience was the reclining seats in the theater and the alcohol. So that was pretty awesome. I did enjoy that. I spilled popcorn on the stairs, and I picked it up because I felt really bad, and I was like, dude, I totally spilled popcorn. And he was like, how could you? But I did anyway. But I haven't really had a whole lot of fun, guys. That's just so I don't have anything really good to talk about for my week in WoW. So I apologize. I will make sure I have an excellent week in WoW next week to make up for that. So
you better.
We're just gonna joke on the syrup terrorist and the kangaroo terrorists.
Let's address the
elephant
question.
in the room.
So the elephant. Are you that a
koala on the mic?
I had to put the I Love Australia back on her so I don't feel so bad.
Bloke knows I love him.
Trying to
so
suck
this question's for Jim.
Whoa.
Oh, this is from Chaos, which is Julio. Do you have a spot on his international team for Guatemalan? Because Julio isn't Hispanic. He's Guatemalan. He wants to know if that constitutes international for this threes team.
Absolutely. Now our threes team is complete. That was easy mode. God bless America.
Don't let him lie to you. He lives in America.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you have to come from that country? Like, my ancestors I'm Italian. My grandparents came over here on a raft. Does that not count?
Potentially.
Or do I have to have been on said raft?
So, for now on, going forward, I'm going to really think through the things that I say in my life, because I think I'm just digging myself deeper and deeper in. The American viewers, even though I said God bless America, still hate me. So, I apologize. And I'm coming to get my green card.
Man. It's the shirt.
Yeah.
Italians.
So, also,
Cubans,
for some reason,
and Haitians.
I'm not really sure if is there any type of congratulations to be had, Hots?
Yes.
Is there anything that you and Richard need to tell us about your future?
Congratulations, by the way.
I heard a rumor, and I'm not sure if it's true.
Oh, the kid thing? Yeah, we're totally
Hots
going to name it
pregnant?
Richard Jr.
She's late.
Yeah,
she
she's
said
late.
in chat herself she was late.
So we're totally going to name it Richard Jr.
Bell's a nice name.
Only
Arthas. Maybe Arthas Ponecast.
I'm thinking Bell Bloke like in Jimma Hots.
I dig
as
it.
like all one name.
Yeah,
And
see,
then
remember, 'cause we
Sailor.
tried to do this with Ella, and she wouldn't do it for us. And we're trying to name the kid. Remember,
She's really going to have sextuplets. Sextuplets. That's what it is, not sextuplets. Sextuplets. And yeah, sextuplets. And so we're going to just name one after, and then we'll eventually move to the PDQ, and then we're going to be, My Life with 20 Kids on TBH.
But not living in Bell's house.
No.
They're
This
gonna
is
They're
perfect
going to be
amount of
My
room.
Life with 20 Kids living in my own fucking house. That's what they're going to be.
This is the perfect amount of room. Like, there's plenty of rooms here. We
Yeah,
just
there's
have to put
plenty
a
of
kid in
rooms
each
at the
room.
neighbor's house, which is not this house.
Yeah,
right
we can
here.
they can have sleepovers over there every night.
There's no more. The
Well, you know
border
what?
house is closed.
You can move in with Ella and be like 19 and counting.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not taking any more people either, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, that's-
So then
that.
we'll just have to rent a house right in that same neighborhood, and I'll live
I'm
with you
in.
guys.
I'm in. As long as
Yeah.
it's not my house sucking up all my bandwidth on my router, I don't give a shit. I'm good. I'm just kidding.
Hilarious.
She said no. I guess you got turned down.
No. She said, fuck no.
Okay. Any
Well, if
more
I fucked myself,
questions?
we wouldn't
Let
be
me
in this
check.
situation,
Let
no?
me chickadee check the chat. Let's see. Grin wants to resign from being the sponsor for Bacon Man since I'm American.
Don't say stuff you can't take back, Miguel.
I feel like Justin Bieber's "I'm Sorry" is coming in handy more and more right now, and I wish I had that sound clip because I feel like it would really help dig Jim out of this hole. That's pretty amazing. Okay.
Amazing
I feel like-
Any other
grace.
questions? No.
I feel like Finding Nemo. Just keep digging. Just keep digging.
Any more, you know,
Koalas?
chachas? Is there any more chachas? No?
Nope.
No more songs? No nothing?
This is your birthday song. It isn't
This is-
very long.
Yeah, happy birthday to my favorite ginger.
It is his birthday. It is. So let me double check and see. Nope, we got no more questions. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Make sure you guys follow Pwnecast on the page. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. If you did not catch the show live, give us your comments on the YouTube channel. Give us a rating on iTunes. Make sure you guys check out pwnecastdailyquest.com. We are going to be adding some new things to the YouTube channel here shortly as well. Going to look at stepping up that game as far as content goes. So I'm going to start... we're going to start doing a series of things for that channel so that you guys can get your content. You know what though?
I thought she froze.
No, I was reading the question.
Man, she scrolled.
I would normally say yes, but tomorrow, actually, while we're getting things ready, I'm actually setting up the thing for everybody that's watching the stream tomorrow to see all the videos. They'll be able to see it live before. While we're kind of getting everything worked out, I'm going to have my mic muted and let them watch all the... I got a big plan thing for the Twitch for that, but that was a good idea. Look at Miguel, always thinking
Outside the box.
Wait, who else has a question? I see.
The Santos.
Wait, what's the question? I see no.
They haven't linked it yet.
The question I see is what's up, sucka? Well, the beer's what's up. So is there another question I missed? Outside the border. Racist fuckers. Is there... Did I miss a question? Anybody? Bueller?
No.
Bueller?
I think he's trolling you.
Okay, I'm done then. I'm going to get the fuck on out of
scrolling.
here. What did Dark Nado? So I actually got him his favorite pizza, which is Palermo's. It's like New York style pizza, as good as you're going to get here in good old Arizona. And then I bought him stuff for banana splits because he really wanted banana splits. And then I bought him Division for the PC, as well as Miguel, actually. Grin called the GameStop here in my town and was like, hi, I need you to get this stuff ready for my friend. I show up at the register and she's like, I have these things that you need. Because I don't console, so he had to help me, which was pretty legit. So he got a controller for the PC also, so that he can do this stuff. So that's what Dark got. But I'm going to... Fuck you, David. I knew that was you. I knew it was you this whole time. David's my buddy, guys, but he's, a jerk.
Doesn't he work at Amazon?
He does
Don't
work
pay
at
them right
Amazon,
now?
where I was talking...
Watch this.
I was talking all kinds of shit, and I'm pretty sure I said fuck Amazon. But we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. I'm going to leave you with the picture of Jim. Embarrassingly so.
He's like, whoa,
What?
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't tell you that I found a picture of you? Look at his face.
Look, it's only funny when I do things unexpectedly.
I'm
not
just kidding.
you.
I don't have a
Okay.
picture of you. That was just really funny. We're going to get on out of here. Bye, guys.
Toodles.
So no strawberry sherbet
Oh,
for
sure,
dessert.
right now. He's in
How
your
about that
family.
banana split?
Well, the funny thing is, I was super efficient when I went to the store. I got all the things, but I forgot the fucking bananas. I was like, really?
Just the split.
Yeah, it was just the split.
Well, maybe it means an
Pretty
extra.
sad.
Sad day.
I went and got the bananas afterwards.
And then his brother also got bananas, so we have like a ton to go down there and do the cha-cha things.
You could
Is there
really...
some loaf? Loaf,
Have you ever seen a banana?
A banana what?
Yes.
I don't wear those.
I will link it to you.
I don't wear those.
And,